Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, take it in here. Uh, we respect your time, so we'll start the session quick. It's already 8, but we'll just wait 5 minutes to see if there may be some people who are slightly late due to some unavoidable reason, because I see we have only 28 people yet. For the time being, let's talk about an important issue. PICO is very important, not just for the protocol registration, but also for the further process of data extraction and writing the path. Because I have personally been part of one project wherein the lead author wasn't certain about the PICO itself. Even when I would ask her, ki, so what? When I would cross question her about the PICO, she wasn't comfortable. And at the end, the data extraction and the results, nothing were up to the mark. And even in the first journal that we submitted, it was rejected straightforward. In this, I didn't work with Pari sir. It was a different project. So the main motto behind saying this is that be sure with your PICO. Be sure to the extent that if someone cross questions you about it, you can defend yourself. So, do you have any doubt with respect to PICO? Like, especially with respect to your research question, is there any doubt you have, or is it completely clear?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Good
so
evening, sir.
population we were discussing yesterday that we have to specify the population. So, if we are including all the people, like adults and child also, is it fine, or we have to say adults or children differently like that?
No, it's okay. It depends upon your research question. If you feel that the that including both the parents and children in the same group won't affect your interpretation much, then it's okay. It's just that you should be certain about what you're including.
Sir, is it environmental related? So everybody is included, so that will be fine,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay,
that
sir.
will be fine. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. At 8:05, we will start. For the time being, I hope all of you have your PICO ready, especially the ones who have their research question ready. Please break it down into PICO so that it will be easier to do the further process. I hope you must have already done so, but if not, you can try to break it down into PICO and write it in a piece of paper or in an MS Word file somewhere.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have one question, sir. Sir, my topic is prevalence of double burden of malnutrition among resettled migrant and refugee children. I was just confused ki whether I should use children or I should use pediatric migrant and refugees, because many of the studies which I have searched from the PubMed, so they are including different age group. In some studies, they have included 0 to 59 months. Some have included 6 to 59 months. Then some has included younger than 18 years. So what should I write? Children or pediatric? Matlab, and what age group should I include? That I'm confused.
You can, like you had said, one is 0 to 59 months, another was also within 5 years only, and one was 6 to 18 years, I guess. So
Hmm.
you can include 0 to 18 all. Yeah, you can say
Yeah,
children and you can specify 0 to 18. But I mean,
yes, sir.
I'm not an expert on that specific topic, so I don't know if it will interfere with the interpretation, but apparently it should be fine if you just say in the population you define it as 0 to 18.
0 to 18 years. And I can write children. Then pediatric, instead of pediatric, I can write children.
Yeah, you can write either. I mean, yes, you can write either.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Oh, sorry. Okay, we'll start with Prospero. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Dr. Akib, it's
you.
visible and you can start the meeting now, sir.
Okay, yes, sure.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Pawan. Have all of you registered Prospero? Just if someone hasn't registered, I will, in short, I will show the registration process. It's simple, just like any other website. Here in the title section, you give your title, you write your first name, last name. You can write your institute address over here. You can write your email. You can give a password, and I mean, this is obvious. There's nothing much. These things are not that important. You can write your user category, but usually you can write it a systematic reviewer because that is what we are, but you can select multiple options. It doesn't matter much. Yeah, so we'll go straight to the main part. You can log in.
Rakib,
Yeah,
Rakib, we'll go
Yes, sir.
through because this session is dedicated to Prospero.
Okay.
There are 70 people here. Some of them may not have registered. So
Okay.
those who have registered, you just see, observe, and those who have not registered, so please follow Dr. Akib so that tomorrow you should not have any further question. How to register, should be your question. Okay. So you can go very slowly, step
Okay,
by
sir.
step, and every after entering data in each column, you can just give a pause for say 30 seconds to respond everyone. We'll move to the second step.
Okay,
Is it clear, everyone? So those who have not registered, please you can log in using your see this in your phone and work on your laptop. Okay. You can observe this using your phone and start working in your laptop so that today you should, all of you should be able to complete or at least 90% completion of this Prospero registration. So how many of you have not created your account? Just say raise your hand so that we will give 5 minutes so that you can create your account. Who have not yet created account? 2 people, 3 people, 4, 5. Okay, so those who have not created, it is very easy. Just do the tracking, just show how they can create the account and follow the tracking.
Okay, sir. Yes, I will show. You can go here. You can type on. You can go to Google search and you can type Prospero in Google. Prospero. The first result that you find, you will see something as crd.yorg.ac. This is our register, Prospero. This is actually a prospective register. So like we are doing here in this workshop, what we should do is we should prospectively register our systematic review and only then start the data extraction. So and this is a well accepted source. Even many big journals, it ask, like, it's better if you register. We have seen that the reviewers praise when we register, and at some places it may even be mandatory in some cases. So it is always recommended to register here. You can then click on join. It's towards the top right of this Prospero website. Once you click on join, a page like this will open. Here, suppose if I'm registering on my behalf, I will choose my title. Now they're asking us first name. You can see asterisk. There are some fields which are necessary. Those are marked by an asterisk. And if you fill your details properly over here, it's easy because whenever you register a protocol, your details automatically come. You do not need to keep on filling your details. So it's important to fill it properly. I'm giving my first name, my last name, and this is the area for the full postal address. Here it's better to give an institutional address because this may be visible in protocols. So, I mean, I would want to be associated with my institute, not my home for these things. And this
So this is the important part. Everybody, those who are saying the independent researcher also, use your previous educational institute address. Do not write your home address or independent researcher or something like that. Always better to put your academic institution name.
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
I just have a question. Can I, or should I at the end of this session?
What's your question?
Sir, actually, if we are registering with the institutional ID and at some time we had to change our institutional address. So,
No, I am not. We are not asking to give the email ID of your institute. Give the email ID of your name, like Gmail or whatever personal email ID for the address, postal address. It should be your institute name and can change at any time using.
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
For
you.
example, you migrate from one institute to another institute to next. It doesn't matter.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
You can give your full postal address over here like this, the departmental address. Then at for email address, as sir had mentioned, we can give our own email address. This is especially helpful for juniors since they often change institutes. So they should give their own email ID. And you can set a password. It asks to make a password with a combination of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and punctuation. So say I will make something like okay, I will use this one. For telephone number, I give my own phone number, but if you want, you can avoid. You can put something like I have no problem giving my number, but it depends upon you. Even if you give, say, some invalid number like this, I don't think this is anyone's phone number. So if you are like very sensitive about your privacy, you can give something like this. It won't make much of a difference in the long run because you are anyways giving your identity by the postal address, so they can verify. Here, I'm giving my phone number. Organization, it's the organization that you work in. And for some people, as Sarat mentioned, who are independent, and for some people who are independent, they can give the name of their previous institute.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
This is Dr.
Just a minute. Anybody? Sorry,
Sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Padi. Your voice is breaking, sir.
yes, because I am in Andaman, so I'm using my cell phone to connect here. So okay, Dr. Akib, you can go ahead.
Okay, sir. Some people who are now independent, they can give their own education, their previous educational institute here. And in country, this is a mandatory field. So we fill it with India. You can fill whatever country you are from. Now user category. Here, normally I give because I am in an academic department and I'm a clinician, I'm a practitioner, and I'm doing a review over here. So these are the 4 fields I fill. You can fill it according to your own wish. This is not a vital field. Next, we will see they ask about what is your method of interest. Here, for saving time, I will say you can just fill prospective meta-analysis, because this is what all of us are doing here. We are prospectively doing a systematic review and then doing a meta-analysis. Now they're asking about your health areas of interest. In one of my groups, they are working on diabetes. So say I will choose endocrine and metabolic disorders because it is my thesis topic. You can put many options here. After
So
this,
in
we
this
will
case,
save-
if public health is there, if nothing is you are fit, just put it in public health, because public health is there. Public health will cover all broader aspects of health. So if your topic is not there, just click on public health.
I already called her and gave.
After this, you can click on save details, and you'll have seen it has been registered. Now you can log in by clicking over here. Again, at the top right, beside join, you have a login button. You click here. I have my details saved. You give your email ID, password, and it enters. Now,
Dr. Akib, take a pause here. If anyone has anything question till this stage, or we'll proceed to next step after login. How you create your data.
Can I ask a question, sir?
yes, you.
Yes,
Yeah.
please ask.
Yeah, if we need to modify these details that we have filled earlier, is it possible?
Yes, of course, it's possible. I don't know whether you can change your email ID, but it's possible to change anything.
So how do we go back, sir, to
Yes,
change?
Yeah, for over here, you can see this top ribbon. This has many details. Here you have to go to My Prospero for seeing anything related to your account, be it your
Okay, sir.
previous registered protocols, something that you are currently working on, or your details. Everything is available here. We'll click on My Prospero. Over here, these are a list of what I worked on or what I'm working on. And here you can click on Edit Your Details.
Okay, yes, I got it. Thank you.
Welcome. From here, you can edit your details. Now, again, we will go back to My Prospero. I hope everyone has been able to create an account and log in by now. Okay. Okay, thank you. So once you have logged in, you can click on My Prospero. We have 2 major options here, edit your details and register your review now. So we will click on this. Here, these are a few steps that they say. These are things that have already been covered in the previous classes. You have to go down and you will find 2 options. Normally, most of us, what we do is a systematic review where we are doing on people.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, please repeat after logging into my account. After that, where we have to go?
Okay. Whenever you log in into Prospero, you can see this big ribbon, at the top. Here, you have to click on My Prospero for anything that you have to do. You just click on My Prospero. Here, you get this option of registering your review now. Your previous and ongoing things will be visible here. Like I have 13 records ongoing, and you can register a new review here. So for some of you who might have partially filled your form, this thing will come somewhere over here, records I'm working on. So if you have partially filled your form, go down, click on records I'm working on, and click on the specific record. Here we will click on register your review now for those who have not started
It
yet.
is not showing my Prospero.
Okay, can you send the screenshot of your
Yes,
device on the in the group?
I shared, sir.
माता थोड़ा बंद कर दो इन लोगों का देखने
I shared in the WhatsApp group, sir.
लेट ज्वाइन किया मैंने बस के होता
Dr. Dibyanshu, you can share your screen.
Okay, so this is the thing. So Dr. Suryakant, here you
Yes,
can
sir.
see that you have to log in over here. Probably it has not been logged in or it has gotten logged out due to some reason. You click login over here. Once you give your details, then that screen
sir.
comes over here. Just click on login.
Yes, sir. After login, it is showing like
So
this.
can you
For those soon to register with Prospero, records may not be submitted between 23rd to 3rd January.
yeah,
Also,
and over here, can you send the new screenshot?
Sir,
This
I'm
is the
sorry.
old screenshot when you had not
Yes,
logged
sir.
in it. Yeah.
Sending, sir. Sending, sir.
Yeah, over here you can click on My Prospero. Just on the left side of logout.
Yes, sir. My Prospero.
Yeah.
Register, edit your details.
Exactly. When you click there, you will find these two options: register your review and edit your details.
Yes, sir.
Click on register your review now.
Register
And this page, yeah, and this page comes.
Register your review now. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yeah. So now we will go down and here you will find two options of whether the participants on whom you are doing a systematic review, are you doing on humans or on animals? I guess all of us must have chose something on humans. I don't think we have chosen animal studies. So you can click on people. There are two options, people and animals.
Study participants are people. Okay.
Yeah.
Priyanka, please raise down your hand, and if anyone has any doubts, any step, just raise hand. I will stop Dr. Rakib and ask you questions. Priyanka, please raise down your hand. You are raising your hand.
Sorry, voice is not.
Doctor, what question you have right now?
If any of you have any doubt, you can raise your hand. Or now, if you haven't followed till here, you can ask your doubt. You can
Yes,
ask.
yes.
Also.
Dr. Akshay, what is your question?
Sir, it's not related to like login or registration. As I'm curious that in Cochrane they don't allow the systematic literature review and meta-analysis of this animal model.
Okay.
You are taking Cochrane. You are asking Cochrane.
Yeah, sir.
No, they are not Cochrane here. It is simple. Cochrane has a lot of requirements. Okay, so its registration is something different than Prospero. So ask questions related to Prospero only.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in Cochrane, if you register in Cochrane, you can only publish in the Cochrane journal. Okay, so that registration you can publish in any other.
If you have not followed till now, we will just click on register a new review. We'll go down, click on people. Once we click on people, this is the screen that we get. Here, all of us are registering in English. So will your registration record be in English? We will click yes. This is going to be the same for everyone. irrespective of the question that you're picking up, all of you will have to give the same answers. So you can just sort of copy this. This will be yes. Is this a scoping, literature, or mapping review? No, we are doing a systematic review. It's different from a scoping review. So we will tell no. Next, they ask whether our review includes a health outcome with direct relevance to human health. Now, as we already had subject experts in our group, so it is obvious that we are only working on a topic if it is relevant to human health. We are not working on any useless topic. So it is already discussed among the 5 people in the group and it has been decided. So you can say, yes, we are working on a review that we hope will have a outcome with direct relevance to human health. Now, when we click yes, we get another question. Is this a Cochrane review? Like Dr. Akshay had asked, I guess. So you can tell no over here. This is not a Cochrane review. Cochrane review has a separate registration, protocol registration, and there's some integration between Cochrane and Prospero. So to avoid duplicity, they ask us. In simple words, you can simply say no. And they ask this question whether you are doing a mini or partial review for a training course or classwork, or are you using the system to learn how to register? But we will answer this as no. You may ask, why are we answering it as no when it is a classwork, it is a training course? Well, you are not doing it just for the sake of training. You are actually working on a real topic on which you will complete a manuscript. We are trying to complete a manuscript. So we are doing it not just as a part of a course or just to learn how to register. We are actually writing a manuscript. Therefore, we will click on yes. No. Now they ask us to check in Prospero for similar systematic reviews before proceeding. This is to avoid a duplicity of effort. If someone is already doing registration and he's already working on it, what is the use of someone else to repeat? So I hope all of us must have already searched Prospero. If you have not searched, I will show you in short how to search. I will leave this intact. I will go to a separate tab. Here in the ribbon that you see on the top, again on the right side, you can click on search. In search, you can click on your topic. For example, if I click on, if I want to work on oral manifestations of monkeypox virus, so I will just confirm if someone has already worked on it or not. I will type monkeypox oral, I will search, and I see that someone has already registered oral manifestations of human monkeypox infection, systematic review and meta-analysis. So they have already registered. So and it's a recent thing, September 2022. So we will avoid it. Here there are again many case scenarios when you can avoid, when you cannot. But in general, for now, we will take it since it's a recently registered protocol. People may already be working on it, so we will avoid. Another thing.
So is this our protocol, Dr. Akib? Is this our protocol?
Yes, sir. It is our protocol.
Okay. Okay.
For example, if I searching another topic, antiviral and monkeypox.
Akib, I don't think this is our protocol. I think this is someone else.
Okay. But then ours should have come. Okay. Okay, then we'll see it. We'll check this later. So
Click here. It will come. Just click here.
Acha, so this is someone else's protocol, and they haven't completed it. Like you can see, they had said we will do. They must have given an expected date or something, no? And they had anticipated that we will complete our systematic review by 30th November, and but yet they haven't completed, or at least we can't see it, because if you see the status, I will show you once. Here you can see it shows review ongoing. So even though their date has crossed, they had said they will complete it by 30th November, the review process, but they have not updated it here. So we can sort of assume that they are not active.
But Dr. Akib, when
Yes, sir.
we put the keyword like oral monkeypox, our register come along with this. So why it is not coming? Can you please check what we have used?
I will check what was.
Or maybe you can check on your name whether it is coming or not.
Okay, I'm just checking here. Oral manifestation of monkeypox virus is there registered. So, okay, we'll try searching again.
So this is oral manifestation, our title, please.
So this is our title. So this is a problem. Sometimes it doesn't show. So you can try searching with different combinations.
You can now complete this review, ongoing review completed.
Okay, yes. Sir.
Here, just click there and you update here so that one task will be done.
Okay, sir.
And they should know how to also update the review update status.
Yes, sir. I closed it by mistake. I will open it again. You can see this is this one. So this is here. Suppose if we do some protocol amendment, we click it here. For now, we are not going to see it. It's something that comes later, but we can update our review progress over here. So you have to click one of these two and say start and update. Now we can change things. We had anticipated to complete and we have completed it. You can say current review status is completed but not published. It has actually been accepted, like sir had posted in the group. This has been accepted in Lancet E Clinical Medicine. We did it under the supervision of Pari sir, and Arvind sir, who took the session yesterday, was the first author. So it has been completed. They are asking us for an anticipated publication date. So since it has been accepted, we will say something like 31st December. And after
you can click on completed and published. Click on completed and published.
Also, okay.
Third option. Click on completed and published. Second one.
Okay, sir. So it has already been accepted for publication. So we are clicking over here. And here you can give the link to the article. Like you can give this, like in PubMed, we can see the citation. We can copy the citation in Vancouver format and write here. And we can give a link to the original article. And so now,
Doctor, if you are here, so you can now upload this Word file to your site, so that if the research get a link here, if it is accepted but not come online, so that people can read and cite your article. So in ResearchGate, it is allowed to submit a published article, accepted article. So, Dr. Arvind.
Your voice was breaking. Sorry, hello.
Yes, sir. It has come in ResearchGate now. Ranjit sir has added this.
Okay. So you can take this link and you can post it there.
Okay, sir.
So I said once an article is accepted and it takes more than 50 days to come 1 month. So in that case, you can put it in ResearchGate so that people will read and cite.
But I think it has been added under private full text.
The full text is now private. I guess once, then later sir will update it. But people can see
contact us, then we can share.
That is also an option. And you can read the abstract from here. So we will copy this link. This is the ResearchGate link. We have copied it. We'll go back to Prospero. We can actually put the citation in Vancouver style. I'm not putting it now because it has not been generated, but we can do it once it's ready. And we will give the link and we'll click on save. This is not done. If you click on save, it is just saved. Now it comes under record I am working on section. You have to again click on submit. Only when you click on submit does it show as submitted, and it will be visible to others. I will show you another example. Like here we had already given this link. So this is a previous one. Here, since we had updated it, so it shows that this is the journal and this is the link. So people can access from here. Now coming back to the registration that we were doing, we will say we have searched Prospero, and if we have found no similar reviews, you can click on there are no similar reviews. In some cases, say there are similar reviews, but no reviews needed. This is especially meaningful when, say, someone did a systematic review 3 to 4 years ago or 2 years ago on your topic, but now there are many new studies. The studies may have results that are conflicting with the earlier results. So we need to again combine all those and see whether the evidence has changed. Because many times in medicine, as you already know, with time the research evolves and recommendations also change. So if it is something that people have already worked on, but there are many new articles, you can say.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, my research topic is prevalence of double burden of malnutrition among migrant and refugee. That has already been done. In that, systematic review has been done, not the meta-analysis. Only they have combined and done the qualitative mixed method approach, systematic review. So what should I write now?
So that's a very good example. So that says that there is a literature gap. People may have done a systematic review and combine this, but they did not do a meta-analysis. So if someone wants to read the article quickly, he won't be able to draw a conclusion. Like it takes time to read the systematic review. In a meta-analysis, you can just from the abstract get an idea. So we will say that only a systematic review has been done on this topic. You can mention your topic, but there is no meta-analysis. Therefore, we are adding, therefore we are conducting a systematic review and meta-analysis. So you can justify that why you are repeating a study.
Sir, if the systematic review is still ongoing and not done, so like we have to, like they have registered like maybe 2-3 months back. So what we have to, still we have to mention this?
You can check this. Okay.
Sir, you can do one thing. Do not directly copy their title.
Start with the process that is left in the middle of the registration. Actually, few steps were completed and we are waiting.
Yeah, we are registering. If you go up, you can see that we were seeing the registration language is in English. It's not a scoping, literature, or mapping review. It's a systematic review. It includes a health outcome with direct relevance to human health. It's not a Cochrane review. It's not a mini or partial review. And now we were just they asked us to check Prospero for similar reviews. So we opened a separate window or a separate tab. We checked, we found no other article, we found no other protocol. And so we came back here and we are updating this. And sir, you can answer that question which they were asking about similar protocols being registered.
Okay. So if there is a similar protocol, do not copy the title exactly. So do something, some addition, some new, add 1 or 2 words in their title so that it will be look like a fresh, not exactly identical. Copy their title and name it as yours. And also to justify why you are doing.
So we will option choose there are no similar reviews then, sir? Because we are changing the title and it is just systematic review, not meta-analysis also. So in that case, we'll choose that there are no similar reviews since we have changed the title.
No. You will do something, you you read that protocol and see their primary outcome measure and your primary outcome measure. If your primary outcome measure is not identical, then you can say there is no similar reviews. So sometimes the title could be same, but the primary outcome measure could be different, right? So in that case, you can also do
Sir,
that,
what if
like
we are
that.
doing a component of the study? Like my study is low birth weight among COVID-19 vaccinated antenatal women, sir. So there are systematic reviews and meta-analysis on perinatal outcomes. But here we are specifically doing on low birth weight. So there is no study specifically related to one component of perinatal outcome. So then what we can do, sir?
That you can go like this. You say that there is the overall there, and you are no study had specifically focused on low birth weight. You are also updating whatever study done. So you are also adding those studies as well as you are adding new studies to it.
Oh, okay, sir. So then I'll choose the second option and I'll give the reason there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I have one more question, sir. Sir, please, can I ask?
Yes, if it is related to Prospero, please ask. Any question related to Prospero, you are free to ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, just now I said that prevalence of double burden of malnutrition among migrant and refugee. In the systematic review which they had registered previously, in that they had taken the whole population, but mine I am taking only the children below 18 years of age. So I have
Then
to.
it's new. Then it's new. You take it as new. But why you are taking migrant and refugee? These are the two different groups. You take any one. Migrant and refugee, these are two similar, two different type of population. For example, migrant, say my native place is in Bhubaneswar. I migrant to Bhubaneswar, Chandigarh for my job. So I am a migrant to Chandigarh. Like many people from Bihar and UP, they migrant to Punjab for their agriculture. So they are the migrant. They are not the refugee. But refugee is a very specific group of population. It may arise due to war, due to say something, some internal conflict of their country. So they may migrate to other country. So focus on any one group. Do not club these two groups. Then it will be difficult for you to synthesize the data.
Okay, sir. So I should do the there is no syndrome.
Focus on refugee. Don't focus on migrant, because migrant is something different.
Okay, sir. Then I will put, sir, there is no similar review because they had taken the whole population. I am taking only the children.
Children and focusing on my refugee population.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you so much.
But before registering, see you are getting 4 or 5 studies or not.
Yes, sir.
So if you remember in previous 2 to 3 classes, I emphasize first look at an article, then go do your exercise like Prospero, research question. So the benefit of doing that is, for example, you have done everything. You have designed your PICO statement, you have done your Prospero registration, but at the end of the day, you are not finding enough article. Then all your exercise, your time will go into vain. Right? First, you look whether you are getting. We need 4 articles: cross-sectional, prospective, or case control study. We need 2 to 3 for RCT. If you are getting 2 to 3 articles in RCT, then it is good enough.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
First look at article, then go for then go other exercise.
Sir, can I ask one question, sir? Sir, Pari, sir, you said that minimum 4
Yes, please ask.
sir. Hello, sir.
I'm not able to hear you. I'm not able to hear you. Can you be a little louder?
Yes, sir. Sir, just now you said that at least minimum 4 articles should be there for to go for registration. But I found only 2 articles, sir. Shall I do registration or where shall I wait?
Really? 2 articles where you found?
2 from Lancet. Sir. Actually,
you found 2 articles in which journal?
Sir, I'm not able to get you, sir. I'm not able to get
No,
you.
I said, oh, Rakib, are you able to hear me?
voice is
Sir is
cracking, sir.
asking
Hardly get.
that where you have got those two articles. Like you're
Yes, sir.
saying Lancet. So
Lancet. I'm telling Lancet, sir. Actually, you sent a link in that. I got 2 articles in Lancet.
Okay, so if you are getting 2 article, then just read that 2 article, their discussion section, and that 2 article in the discussion they might have compared their results with other.
Yes, sir. I did that.
Okay, so in that discussion in the cross reference, you might find similar articles elsewhere.
I read it, sir, but I didn't get on civil. For example, prevalence of smokeless tobacco is not there, sir. Actually, they are all the discussion is about the effects of nicotine. Sir, am I audible? Hello, sir. I'm
Yes, you
audible.
are audible. What outcome, sir? Yes, you are audible. What was your outcome, sir?
Sir, actually, prevalence of smokeless tobacco in breastfeeding women, sir.
Okay, don't worry. You will find articles when you go for full database search.
Okay.
You will find articles.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I have one question. While registering for this Prospero, I registered yesterday, so I opted that this is for the training purpose. So, will I need to do it register again because it won't be published?
If you, Dr. Gupta, if you are not interested to publish this article, then you can go ahead. And if you want to publish the article, then you can click on as a full review, not as a training.
Okay. Now I got your point.
You can modify. You can modify that anytime. You can modify, update.
I don't think I will able to modify because I can modify the thing, title and all those things, but I don't know how to modify it because I did yesterday, so I had no knowledge.
Dr. Akib just showed na how you can modify.
Yeah.
Even if you have done. Have you submitted and to Prospero?
Yes, I submitted, but no, not submitted. Just save.
Then you can modify.
Yeah.
Then you can modify. If you have not submitted, you can modify at any time.
Yeah, please just let us know how to modify.
We'll discuss that. Let us complete this step by step. We'll discuss.
Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Dr. Gurmanjit.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, I filled all the fields while I was opening my account, but when I saved it, they said some fields are missing, and I have not filled the title. Before I start my details, I have to fill the title of my topic.
Okay. So maybe
Sir,
some
I have to fill
somewhere
the.
it is put as a star. So Dr. Gurmanjit, listen. Where it is given, it is compulsory and mandatory. Means star is
Sir,
given
my
there. So
title
that
of the
column of that.
study is. Sir, actually, I want to know from. So my title is effect of M health on the adolescent obesity, mobile health on the adolescent obesity.
Dr. Akib, my voice is cracking. You can go ahead.
Dr. Akib, you can go ahead.
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. I didn't notice that. You can just check now. Once you have seen that there are no similar reviews in Prospero, you can click there are no similar reviews, and you can go ahead. Now they ask you whether you have written a protocol or not. So we have already had a class on PICO, and it is already decided, like sir had said, ki Menti 1 and Menti 2 will do the literature search and data extraction. Then everyone will meet together and do a quality check. And so everything's already written. There's a picture, there are guidelines in the group of how it will be done. So you may like write ki, have you written a protocol? Yes. Because it's all decided what is whose role. Like sir is doing the analysis, 2 people are doing data extraction and all. Now they're asking, will more than one person be involved in the systematic review? Now this is yes.
Sir, this is Dr. Rampreet from Sune, sir. So I wanted to
Yes,
know
sir.
that, yes, sir. So I wanted to know if Prospero is the only platform to register systematic review meta-analysis, or there are any other platforms?
This is by far the most popular platform. Like I don't think any platform is any close to it in terms of popularity. Cochrane is a different thing. Cochrane is a bit different, so we are not going to Cochrane. Cochrane is mainly for interventions and all, or not all of us are working on interventions. But other than that, there is, even if there are some registers, nothing is as popular or as, nothing is as popular as this. Even if you see many articles in JAMA, Lancet, NEJM, the meta-analysis, they often quote their Prospero registration ID. So you can register here. I don't think there's any issue. Can you say if you faced any issue over here?
No, sir. Actually, I asked this question because if, for example, this monkeypox and oral manifestation things, so if we see that our protocol has been registered there, but we don't know that in other platform, other researcher might have registered there. So how can we claim that this is the novel study or
So,
this one of its own kind?
So we are humans and we can only put in so much effort. We can only be like almost sure. It's difficult. We can't, how can we be certainly sure? So we have done a literature search. We have seen PubMed, Google Scholar. These are freely available databases. Cochrane also we have searched. We did not find any existing systematic review. We searched the most popular protocol registration website, that is Prospero. We did not find it even over here. So we can say we have given a good enough effort, and thus we are proceeding.
Okay, thank you, sir. Please go ahead.
You are welcome. Here they are asking us whether there will be more than one person involved. So it's in systematic reviews, we should always have 2 people, because see, like we are discussing, once someone has done an SRMA, we are not repeating an SRMA. We are just believing that whatever he has done correctly. So if there's just one person involved, it is highly likely that he may miss some articles, or while data extraction, he may extract something wrong by mistake. He may be an expert, but he may make mistakes. Therefore, we say that always multiple people should be involved. Unlike original research, which are repeated sometimes in a systematic review, if something
याद नहीं, अगर कोई मंगाया होगा तो क्या 3-5 मिनट मैं देखता हूँ कि अगर आया होगा तो ठीक है, आया मुझे नहीं कोई दिया नहीं शायद.
So we have more than one person involved. So we can proceed with this. Now they're asking, do you intend to publish the results of your SR or make them publicly available when completed? So all of us are not writing this manuscript just for practice. We are practicing, learning by doing, and also intend to publish it. So we will click yes. I don't think anyone has any doubt over here. We can just say yes, we intend to publish the results. And then they say, have you started the review? So we'll just say you can go up and see what is the meaning of Prospero. It is an international prospective register of systematic reviews. So like in clinical trials, we register prospectively at CTRI. Similarly, for systematic reviews, to avoid bias, we prospectively register before doing a complete search. And doing a complete literature search, before doing complete data extraction, we do a prospective registration. Therefore, we will say we have not started our review completely. Now, once you answer all these questions, we can click ahead and we'll get a screen where we can enter our details about this protocol. Is it clear till here for everyone?
Sir,
I will
have you
just
started your review? You have to click no, sir.
Yes, because we have not started it completely. We have not even
Okay.
prepared the search strategy. It was just an informal thing to know what is available in the, like, what do people think about this topic? Are there original studies or not? It was just an informal or a casual thing that we were doing. We have not even developed a search strategy. Once we develop search strategy, we will get data from 6 to 7 databases. Then we will screen them, then extract them. We have not started any such thing. We are just
Okay, sir, got
preparing the question.
We have to click. Sorry. We have to click no on the started your review, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir. You have to click no.
If I have clicked yes, then what will happen?
Yes, sir. If you click yes, then they ask you at what stage you are, whether you have done preliminary searches or not. So then there
For
again
example,
starts a bigger thing. Say we can say preliminary search has not started. So you get many such questions.
No, for example, preliminary searches I have started, like all of us searched 2-3 similar topics. Then
okay. If you have done that, then you can definitely click on yes. We have started it partially. We have not started the review. So we can say we have done preliminary searches to see to assess the extent of the existing literature. Yes, we have started it. The study selection process to determine whether the study selection criteria will identify studies eligible for inclusion. I would
Not
say not yet. So you can say not started. The full searches, I don't think you have done the full searches yet because yeah, you can say not started. Then full screening of search results. We haven't even searched, so we can't do full screening of search results.
Of course.
That is also not started. And data extraction. This is like a chronological order. So once you start being not started, everything else will be not started. We have not extracted the data. We have not done the risk of bias assessment. We have not synthesized the data. So we can go ahead and register our review now. So now once I will just, you can just see the answers. I mean, it's obvious, but you can just check it again that our record is in English. It is not a scoping review. It has a direct outcome on human health. It is not a Cochrane review. This is important. It is not a mini review. We have a protocol. We have decided what we will be doing. We have multiple people involved in the systematic review. We intend to publish our systematic review. We have either not started it, or if we have started it, we have just done a preliminary search to know about the research question. The search strategy has also not been prepared. I guess we have a class on it too. Yeah, we have a class on it tomorrow. So the search strategy and the inclusion criteria, we will finalize it. And the full searches and all is anyways not started. After this, you can click on register your review. Now we get this page. Here, I will say at least write a review title, because if you don't write anything, it doesn't get saved. Then you have to again repeat everything from the start. So we'll start with the review title. Yesterday, I will just check what PICO question was discussed by Arvind sir yesterday. We will use the same question so that it is continuous and the flow is more natural. Yesterday, this was the question that was being discussed. This was one of the PICO questions that sir discussed. What is the prevalence of oral manifestations in monkeypox patients? So here we will write prevalence of oral manifestations in monkeypox patients. And now we will mention the type of study. We are doing a systematic review, and all of us are trying to ensure that our study has enough quantitative data to be able to synthesize. So we are doing a meta-analysis also. All of us are doing an SRMA. This is SRMA. We'll write the review title, Prevalence of Oral Manifestations in Monkeypox Patients, a systematic review and meta-analysis. Now, just we will save it once so that our effort will not, whatever we've done, it is saved. It is here.
Sir, one question. May I
Yes.
ask you? Sir, after saving, can we change the review title?
Yeah, definitely. I will change it now. We'll make it something like, say, prevalence of oral manifestations in human mpox patients. We can change it now also. We can change all of these fields until we submit. Once we submit, then they are assessing it. That time we can check. Once they have assessed and given a reply, we can again edit it. But be careful while registering your protocol, because according to PRISMA guidelines, once we register a protocol and then if we are modifying it, then we should actually give a justification in our article as to why we have modified it. So it's better to give a protocol, to write the protocol carefully. Otherwise, you always have the option to modify, but like in original studies and RCTs that we do normally, even they are in protocol modification, we have to again go for IEC approval and all. And it's people avoid doing it. People try to create a proper protocol beforehand itself. Similarly, here also we'll try to create a proper protocol so that we don't have to modify, but we have the option of modification if need be. Once we have given pardon, I guess someone was saying something.
I have a question. As per Dr. Padi said, that I requested that I have made during the registration process. Since I did it yesterday, so I need to change it a little bit as per your suggestion that it is not for training purposes.
Yes, but I
Please
guess
let us know how to do that. Yes.
Oh yes, sir. I guess you just saved, not submitted, right?
Yes, I just saved.
Okay.
Yes, not
Okay, sir.
submitted.
Yes, sir. We'll continue. Yes, sir.
Prakib, so everybody, if your topic is so sensitive, or say you are doing a new type of work which there is no meta-analysis, so it's my request, do not make this protocol public. Because once you make it protocol publish, somebody will publish ahead of you. Because there are many Chinese people and Egyptian or other country, they always look this Prospero and see where the new protocol they are coming out. So they immediately in 7 days they will start working. Because once, for example, you register your protocol, Prospero cannot guarantee that nobody will work under this. So as I said, registration is not mandatory for doing meta-analysis. However, registration is advisable and appreciated by the journal if you do registration. So if your study is a novice study and you want to publish in a good journal, do not make your protocol public until you complete your 90% of your work. So am I audible, clear to this one?
Got the view.
Everybody?
Yes,
so
sir.
once if your protocol is a novel one, and if you and you will 10 days of your script, then somebody else will publish ahead of you. They will just read your protocol and they will write a manuscript.
So should we leave it blank?
No, you can fill it, but save it. Like, you have to be careful before submitting. Once you save, it is there. Only when you submit it, it becomes publicly visible. You can write and save.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Parth. Actually, the thing you said that after submitting, we can change something. So I came across one article which was registered in Prospero. So in one of the fields, I saw that in red it was written one change. So is it that
Exactly.
thing only that they have changed
Exactly. Yeah, you're
after
right.
submitting, right?
Yeah, something like a yellow eye thing comes and you see somewhere over here, one change has been made. So those are the protocol modifications that have been done after registration.
I
Okay,
have a
okay.
question.
Thank you.
As Dr. Padi said that you don't submit it, we have to just save it. So should
No,
we first?
Dr. Gupta,
Yes.
I said don't submit. Means there is two options. You like to make your protocol public. Okay.
Of course.
So there you say no. Means the Prospero will store it is with them, but they will not make your protocol public.
Okay. So first we need to submit in a journal, and then we have to submit this Prospero, isn't it? Or what should be the process?
No, Dr. Akib, can you show that option where it says that are you looking to make it public your protocol, yes or no? So there you click no.
Okay.
Look, here we have a field called URL to search strategy. Here we can say do not make this file publicly available until the review is complete. So you can keep it selected as no. And you do not need to submit it to a journal now, sir. It's like what sir is saying that before submitting the manuscript, you have to have a proper Prospero protocol. So just time it accordingly, that when you're submitting it, you have a Prospero protocol that is submitted and approved. Usually Prospero takes around 10 days to approve. Right now they have a winter vacation, so I think 10 may become 22. They have a 12-day vacation. But in general, what I've observed is that in around 10 days, they approve the protocol or reject, whatever it is. And in case of COVID-19, I'll just add one thing. In case of COVID-19 protocols, they verify it manually and very quick. So even in 2 days, we get replies. I guess so.
Yeah, it means that we need to submit it and get approved before submitting in the journal, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Kindly say that again, sir. I didn't get it. You have to submit it in a the journal. Matlab, just say that again.
Like when you are submitting your whole manuscript, the complete manuscript, by that time you should have an approved Prospero protocol. Like when you are submitting to a journal, they will ask, they may ask, or it is better if you say we have registered it beforehand. So when you are completing your manuscript, by that time you should have a registered protocol.
Okay, sir, I got it. Sir, what is the expected time, when we should be submitting in this particular?
When you should be submitting is up to you. I will just say usually it takes 10 days for Prospero to accept or reject the protocol.
Dr. Akib, let me clarify here. If you are an experienced researcher, complete 75 to 80% of your work, then submit your protocol to Prospero. So that by rest 20% or 10% can complete it in 10 days. And once you got your number, your manuscript should get journal sent. So this is the trick that one experienced researcher will adapt. However, since you all are learning, and this is just, I said, it is a prevalence study. So you can do as per the steps that we are following.
I have one question.
Okay, sir.
Regarding what you
Thank you,
said,
sir.
that they can reject also. On what grounds do they reject? Is the incompletion of the protocol, is that the reason, or if there is any duplication? What are the reasons for rejection?
Most of rejection is duplication, and you have copied entirely the plagiarism is there, duplication, exact similar title is there. Okay, in the title at least 20-30% you should bring the new thing. You cannot directly, for example, this is a title, prevalence of oral manifestation in human monkeypox patients, a systematic review and meta. So if you are trying to keep this title, they will reject it.
Okay. Sir, what about if you have given basic minimum details and other part we have said it no, will they still accept it, considering that in
But your title is matching, if your title matched 100%, it will be rejected, not accepted.
If the title is unique, sir,
at least some new words should be there, some new technique, new say outcome measure, primary outcome measure, or if you are doing some secondary data analysis, sorry, say subgroup analysis, some new thing should be there.
with your existing protocol.
Sir, if the title is unique, but we have filled only the basic minimum details, rest of part we have said no, that we will be doing it in later. Those, whether this will be
No, you cannot give it no. You have a list where there is a star is there. The basic minimum like the source strategy, data extract method you have to give.
Yes, sir. The basic minimum details we have given, but like
that Dr. Akib is demonstrating now, just follow him. We have only 20 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, the link will be deactivated. Meeting will end at after 20 minutes. Dr. Akib, you can proceed now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
This page is the important page.
Now I will once just demonstrate the full protocol filling part. It will take around 10 minutes, I guess. So I will complete it once and then we can take doubts at the last. Because this meeting link expires and people may be in a hurry. So we will first complete it and then I am here. We can take doubts and discuss. So they are asking the original language title. This is only for reviews in languages other than English. Since our protocol is in English, we can leave it. And it is anyways not a star marked field, not an asterisk marked field. Next is the anticipated or actual start date. This should always be a future date because we are prospectively registering our protocol. So say I want to start my system, today is 22nd December. I want to start working on it on 25th December. So I will submit this before this date itself. And I will say anticipated start date is 25th. If you are thinking I will submit only on 1st January, then you have to change it to 2nd January. This anticipated start date should be after your protocol submission. It's preferred. So I say I wish to submit my protocol today and start working on 25th. Suppose. So I will just say 25th December. I will start our review. What is the anticipated completion date? Now, you may anticipate that you will complete it in 1 month. So I will say, but I will tell you why we should not put this. I will say I anticipate it will be completed by 25th January. Now, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I'm not able to complete it. It is February. Now in February, I'm writing a manuscript. Due to some reason, I had to do a protocol modification. Now, if I come back to this protocol, it will be showed that it should have been completed by 25th January. So now, since the date has lapsed, you can't modify it any longer. So that is why we should not give a very short period. We can say give a long period and it doesn't cause any problem. So I will give 25th March. I am 99% sure that I will be able to complete before that. There is no problem if you give a longer period. But if you give a very short time duration, then there's a problem. Like if you cross that time period and if you have to modify protocol, then it's difficult. So we can be conservative in this, in our completion date. I will get to the doubts. It's just that this link expires. So I will try to first demonstrate the whole process and then we can continue doubts even on Google Meet if possible. The stage of review at time of this submission. So the review has not yet started. This is what we would have gotten if we would have selected that. But since I guess Dr. Aditya Gupta had said he has done the preliminary searches, but not completed. So that is what is coming here. This is the same as what we had filled earlier. It shows the preliminary searches have started, but it is not completed. And none of the other things have started. We are just over this stage. So we can still claim we are prospectively registering. It's just a preliminary search. We'll go down. Now, this is a named contact. This is why filling your...
It is not clickable.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is the same as what you had registered earlier. If you remember, I will show you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That I remember. Yes, sir.
So that is why it is not clickable. Yeah. We don't have to do anything. We can just verify whether it is same as what we had done there. Now in named contact, this is why it is important to fill your details properly. It automatically takes your details from here. So it saves time if you have to keep on registering protocols. You give your name here, it takes from there. The contact email, it again takes from there. The named contact address, again, it takes from what you had filled over here. And you can see here also they remind us, please do not enter private information. Named contact phone number, they give here. Now, this is not an asterisk marked field. I know some people may be uncomfortable giving their phone numbers, so you can remove this. This is not an asterisk marked field. We can remove our contact phone number. I usually let it be there, so I'm keeping it here. But if you want, you can remove it. There's no harm. The organizational affiliation of the review. I would say usually the person who's registering the protocol can write it as their own institute. There's no issue. Or you can even write it as none. Like this won't be a problem because we are anyways not taking any ethics approval or something. But I have given this always, and there has been no problem till now. Prospero has approved my registrations. Even the manual approval we did for COVID, even in that, it was okay. I just give my college name. Next, they ask for the review team members. Again, we can see we have to list the name of the review team members. We have a reviewer 1, we have a reviewer 2, and we have a third person who is there to check the quality of the data. Like if 2 people are disagreeing, if the 2 reviewers are disagreeing on something, then the opinion of the third reviewer is considered binding. So we will give 3 names over here. As you remember, we had said at least 3 people will be involved in the system. At least 2 people will be involved in the systematic review. So this is the reviewer 1. My name comes by default because I filled it there. Now we will add a new team member. Here, say, suppose I'm doing this with Sir. So I will write Sir's name. We can add Sir's department name and then the name of the institute. Now we have to add Sir's email ID. I will add it here. You can just, I'm not writing it here because of the time issue. You can add the email ID of the reviewer 2 over here, and you can add his country. Now we have to click on add this person to the list. So if you check, we have 1 person is already added. This is a add a new team member. We fill their details. And now we are clicking on add this person to the list. Now you will see we have 2 people over here. Reviewer 1, reviewer 2. Now here we can even give the name of the third reviewer, someone who is there to oversee. If the 2 reviewers are disagreeing on a certain thing, then whose decision they will accept. So we will write the third reviewer's name over here. Someone who's a third reviewer, we will write their organizational institute name. We'll give their email ID. And we'll write the name of their country. So here I would say you can give the name of Mentee 1 and Mentee 2 over here. And here you can give someone the third person's name whom you want to say if you are having some problem with the review process, if you want to consult them. You can give Parisa's name, or you can give the name of the technical member from the team. You can give anyone's name, or you can give both people's name. Now I'll come to this field number 12. I'm just going down for some time. We have another field called collaborators. So say there may be some senior people.
So I request everyone, whoever registering, you give all 5 members' name in this team. Number 1 is yours name, but you should add all 5 members' name here as the team who are involved in the review. Clear, everyone?
Can you please tell the order that we should be filling? Like first is one
Order
mentor,
first,
one second.
Mentee 1, Mentee 2, mentor, then our technical person's name.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Now here we have to specify the funding source. So we are not, for this specific assignment that all of us are doing, we are not being funded. This is not a part of any project. So we'll say we did not receive any funding. We'll just write this line. This is necessary. This is an asterisk mark field. We'll say we did not receive any funding. So there's no need to elaborate on the grant number. Conflict of interest. For most of our cases, it will be none. You can just see your case. I guess it will be none for all of us. And collaborators. So if there is someone who you suppose you are not giving someone's name in the reviewer team, you can put the name in the collaborators team. But as sir had said, we will put all the 5 names in the reviewers list. Now this is from here the technical part of the protocol starts. We have to give the review question. So our review question was, what is the prevalence of oral manifestation in monkeypox patients? So we'll write, what is the prevalence of oral manifestations in monkeypox virus patients. Now, if you can see, they have said questions may be reframed or refined using the PICO wherever relevant. So we can write it in a PICO format. So what is the population? Population are all mpox virus patients. Now, if you can see carefully, they are written I with an E in bracket. So if we are doing an interventional study, we do intervention, or we can do exposure. But this is a prevalence study. So we can just sort of say there is no intervention or exposure here. I will fill the fields. Here there is no intervention or exposure. It is not applicable. There is no comparator group. We are not comparing to any other group. We are just describing the prevalence. There is a single group study. So we will say again, comparator is not applicable. And in outcome, we will say prevalence. You can even copy this, prevalence of oral manifestations. So you can see that the whole of our research question could be broken down and included in this PICO statement. All monkeypox virus patients who have oral manifestations, that is what we are analyzing, the prevalence of oral manifestations in them. Suppose if some of you are doing an intervention study, then what you would be doing is, I'll just suppose if someone is doing what is the effect of, say, semaglutide on fasting blood glucose in diabetic patients. If it was superglucate compared to placebo. So if this was someone's research question that they're seeing in one group we are giving this anti-diabetic drug, in one group we are giving placebo, then what is the effect of fasting blood glucose? And we're just doing it on diabetic patients. So if this is what was your research question, then we would have written population is diabetic patients. Here also we should elaborate whether it is type 2 or type 1. Then in the intervention, we would say semaglutide is the intervention. The comparator is placebo. We are comparing semaglutide to placebo. Therefore, placebo is the comparator. And the outcome is fasting blood glucose. So we have included this whole thing in our PICO statement. So I will delete it now.
Sir, can we add as much as research question here? Or only one research question?
You can
suppose in the title, what is the prevalence of metabolic syndrome and what are the risk factors associated with?
So you can write both.
Both, okay, sir.
Yeah, you can write it like this. Here, you can write both the research question. Anyways, for all of them, this population intervention comparator will even same, only the outcome will change. So yes, you can add multiple questions.
Okay, sir.
in search, now we have to give a short description of our search strategy and the search dates and any restrictions. So we will write here. I will not take any questions for the next 10 minutes. It is just so that everyone can see. Now, after this link expires, when we are on Google Meet, we will take questions then.
Akib, you have only 5 minutes more.
Yes, we'll perform an. I will try to complete it fast. We'll just say we will perform an extensive literature search in the databases. So, what are the databases? If you remember, sir had mentioned we are doing a search in PubMed, Scopus, Web of Science. You need not copy this now. You can just focus on this. We will give this text in the group. You can take it. Embase, EBSCOhost, Cochrane, and preprint servers. We will assess all articles published till. Now we will say what is the end date of our search. Suppose I want to include all articles published till 31st December. So I will write all articles published till 31st December 2022. Now I like adding this line. We will repeat the search before submitting the manuscript to include newer articles. What happens is that sometimes we complete our search, but say due to some reason we have not completed the manuscript. It has been 2 to 3 months. Now we are submitting. So the journals may say you have not included any new article. So we can say we will repeat the search before submitting to include newer articles. And we will then update the date in the manuscript. This is not an asterisk marked field, so we'll leave it. So what is a condition being studied? As Sir had already explained PICO yesterday.
If this link closes in next 3 minutes, I have posted a Google Meet link. Please join there. So we continue as this link on. So if it is stopped in between, you can join in the Google Meet, so that we can continue another 15 or 20 minutes.
So in the condition being studied, like we had seen for the population, it is the condition. So the condition is monkeypox virus infection. This is the condition or the disease that we are studying. What is the population? All patients of mpox virus infection. Now you may ask, what is the difference between condition and participants? You are writing the same thing. The difference is that, say, if I was just studying on children, the disease would be monkeypox virus infection, but participants would be all pediatric patients of mpox virus infection. This would be the difference. Here we are taking all patients, so it seems similar. In exposure, we will write this is not applicable since it is a prevalence review. We can write the same thing in control because it is a prevalence study. It is a comparator group is not applicable. Now we'll see what are the types of studies. So we can say all primary studies reporting on the. Now what is our research question? Prevalence of oral manifestations in mpox virus infection will be included. So we'll include all primary studies. Here you can elaborate on this key, all cross-sectional, case control. We'll give you the complete text for this in the group. And you will say study. You can say expert opinions, reviews, case reports will not be included. This may change in some cases, but usually we don't include case reports and case series. So we'll write this. Again, we just, if we have very less studies, like in monkeypox, the number of studies is very less. So what we do is that we include case reports for the systematic review, but not for the meta-analysis. So we say case reports will be included for the systematic review but not for meta-analysis. In many articles, if you read meta-analysis carefully, you will see that they say that we included 70 studies for the qualitative synthesis. That is, they talked about 70 studies, but meta-analysis or quantitative analysis only done for 50 studies. So we can add this line. The context, it is not an asterisk mark field. We can leave, or you can say key. You can write over here anything. It depends upon your research question. It's not a compulsory field. Now, what is our main outcome? If you remember, our main outcome was prevalence of oral manifestations in mpox virus patients. So it is a prevalence. So we'll just write key. We'll do a pooled prevalence of this thing will be calculated. Why pooled? Because we are combining all these studies. That is why we are saying it's a pool prevalence. Now you can see it depends if all studies are reporting on odds ratio or on relative risk, then that is what we are going to pool. It depends upon what sort of studies you are including. Now, as someone had said that if we have multiple research questions, then what do we do? This is where we add the main outcome, and additional outcomes we can add many other things. Like say if I want to say risk factors for oral manifestations in monkeypox virus patients. If this is an additional outcome, I will add here. I may write complications in or treatment response in patients with oral manifestations. So all this comes under additional outcomes. Here also you can check how we are pooling it, depending upon how they are reporting it in the studies. Now, data extraction is a very important part. Here you have to say what website you are going to use. Like we are going to MS Excel. Now, what reference manager you are going to use. If you write all these things in details, it is taken as a positive thing. So we'll just say data extraction sheet was prepared in MS Excel, and the following fields were included. So what fields do we usually include? We usually include the study, the author, study authors, year of publishing, year of study. We then include the country, the geographic location. Then we suppose here this is monkeypox virus patients. So we'll say the total number of patients in the study, then patients with number of patients with oral manifestations, and other important details. This depends upon your research question. Like here, we mainly had one outcome key, what is the prevalence of oral manifestations. So I just wrote this key, how many oral manifestations are there. Here we have to also include another part on how studies will be selected for inclusion. So we'll say 2 reviewers. You can give their name. Suppose if I'm saying Saranmi will do, two reviewers will independently screen the search results by title and abstract. So what happens is that you will find more details on this in the upcoming sessions. But when we get the search results, we first screen them by title and abstract, and we see how many of them are potentially eligible articles for our case. Then we say, then the articles will undergo a full text screening. Now, among the articles which were selected just by looking at title abstract, suppose we got 1,000 articles. Just by looking at title and abstract, we came down to 200 articles. We came down to 40 articles. So now these 40 articles will be read in full text by these two same reviewers. Any like difference in study selection will be discussed amongst the reviewers. Suppose if the reviewer 1 comes up with 40 studies, reviewer 2 comes up with 42 studies, so they may have difference of opinion in some studies. So they will discuss it amongst themselves. If they can solve, it's good. Otherwise, they will take the help of a third independent reviewer. So they will first try to create a list. If they are having any discrepancies amongst themselves, they will consult a third reviewer. This is usually someone senior. Now here, whatever you have third reviewer, you can write their name. All the decisions will be recorded in a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Now, once we have selected the studies, now we have to do the data extraction. You can see they have asked us to describe how studies will be selected for inclusion. We have selected the studies. Now state what data will be extracted or obtained. So here again, data extraction will be done independently by two reviewers. This usually we keep them as the same reviewer as earlier. And then if they have any differences or discrepancies, similar thing. Any differences in study selection, any differences in data extraction will be discussed amongst the reviewers to prepare a final extracted spreadsheet. And if they have any discrepancies, it will be resolved by third reviewer. Like sometimes it happens is that people interpret the results differently, or someone may make a mistake. So that is why we have two reviewers. If they disagree, a third person will do this. So now what data will be extracted? So this is the data that will be extracted. The sheet will be prepared in MS Excel, and we will extract the study authors, the year of study, the country, total, the denominator of the total number of patients, the number of patients with oral manifestations. If there are any baseline characteristics, they may be extracted, and other important details depending upon the case. Now we say keep now we have two major guidelines for systematic review and meta-analysis. This is a preferred reporting item for systematic review and meta-analysis, PRISMA. And we have MOOS. I guess it is meta-analysis of observational studies in epidemiology. So when we are studying on prevalence, like this is a case of prevalence review, we will say we have that the MOOS guidelines were complied with. If you are doing an interventional studies, you can say PRISMA guidelines were followed, or in general, you can just write PRISMA if you don't remember. A PRISMA is a more exhaustive and more detailed list. If you're following PRISMA, it is obvious that you have followed MOOS also. But you can write MOOS also if you're doing an observation study. Now, risk of bias assessments. Now, this depends on the type of study. If you're having an RCT and you are assessing whether the study is good or not, you will use a different tool. If you are assessing a case control study, its quality assessment will be done by a different tool. So it depends upon the types of study that you're doing, that you're including. An easier method is to say that the tools recommended by the National Institute of Health will be used. The NIH list give a list of the tools that can be used. I will show you. NIH study assessment tools. I will give the link to this in the group. So here you can see this is a website by the NIH, and within the NIH, this institute makes this list. We have quality assessment of controlled interventional studies of SRMA, cohort, cross-sectional, case control, case series. So most of our study designs come under this. So we can say for the risk of bias assessment, we will use the tools as recommended by the NIH, and we will mention the link. This is the link. Now, how will you synthesize the data? This is again a big topic, so it depends upon the type of study. We will go along with the example that we were talking about, that is prevalence. So we are calculating a pooled prevalence. Now, if we have to compare the heterogeneity between studies, again, this will be covered in the upcoming sessions. You can, if you are doing a prevalence studies, you can just write this for now in the protocol. This is actually I square. It will be in superscript. The heterogeneity is assessed by the I square test. And for publication bias, like negative studies are less likely to be published. So for assessing publication bias, funnel plot and Eggers regression test will be used. All these tests will be elaborated in the upcoming sessions. You need not worry about their details. And after a quality assessment of the included studies, we can use different softwares. Sir will, we will be seeing Revman and Stata, but here Stata has more options than Revman, so we will write here Stata, and I guess we will do the final analysis in Stata. But if you don't have an institutional subscription for Stata, don't worry, we can do it in Revman also, and Revman is a free software. So we will use Stata to conduct the meta-analysis. Here, since Parisar is guiding us, so he can help us with this thing. And a p-value of less than 0.05 will be considered significant. Now it depends upon whether you wish to do any subgroup analysis or not. For example, I may say that subgroup analysis will be done based upon sex of individuals. What it means is that after doing a pooled prevalence of oral manifestations, I will also see separately in male patients what is the prevalence, in female patients what is the prevalence. This even helps us to assess the reason for heterogeneity. It has many purposes. We'll come to it later. But you can also say that no subgroup analysis has been planned. But usually it's better to say that we will do subgroup analysis based upon this. You can expect what are the common subgroups in your research question and you can write this. At last, we will see if we get enough studies, we will do a subgroup analysis. If we don't get, we will not do. So I can say here based upon sex and age of individuals. No, it is not compulsory. I have to do upon age. If I don't get enough studies to do a subgroup based on age, I will not do. So you can be a bit safer and right. You will do subgroup analysis based upon this, this, and this. Because we haven't yet seen the data. The type and method of review. Now, like for in this case, it is a meta-analysis. It is an epidemiological study. This is again, it is an asterisk marks thing. You should do it carefully, but it's you shouldn't like this is the more important part. Here we just see it is an epidemiological study, which is a meta-analysis. It is a prospective meta-analysis. And what is the health area? We are talking about monkeypox. So it is usually covered and they talk about it in infections and infestations.
Sir, 1 second. There is individual patient data meta-analysis option is there. What is mean by that?
Yeah, I intentionally skipped this. We will talk about it in the later studies. Like you can tick or untick it. It won't make much of a difference for the protocol. This IPD meta-analysis is often done based upon whether the RCTs have provided individual level patient data or not. We'll discuss it in the upcoming classes. So it's not so important. This part is not so important for the protocol. Now in language, we have already given an English language summary, so it is not relevant for us. Some people like they upload in French and then do something. For us, it is okay. We have done it in English. Here, it is just India. All the reviewers are from India. If say, like, I guess some collaborators are from US, some mentors, so you can add another country over here. So we can have multiple countries that people from India and US are involved in this study. It depends upon which country you are from, which country all the reviewers and collaborators are from. And this is again not necessary. It is not asterisk marked. This is also not necessary. The reference for published protocol. We have a protocol, but we are not publishing it. We are just keeping it with us. So it's not needed. And yes, do you intend to publish the review on completion? Yes, this is why we are doing this review. What is the use of doing a review if we are not going to help the scientific world with it? So we'll click yes, so that our findings are, we are saying we wish to disseminate it. Again, it is not an asterisk mark field, so you need not specify it. If you want, you can. Again, no need to give these things, the keywords, details of any existing review on the same topic by the same authors. This is applicable for those who are doing an updated meta-analysis. Again, it is not applicable to our case. We are doing it on a new topic. This is again selected by default. We need not change it. Based upon what we had selected earlier, search strategy has been done or not, piloting has been done or not. Based upon that, they'll say it is ongoing. It can be edited later. But this is also an additional information is not needed and it is not published. So this is the main part of the protocol. These are the important fields. We can save it and come back to it now. Here, we have time now. Okay. Like someone was asking, are there other protocol registration platforms or not? Yes, you can see the protocol may be registered at Campbell or JBI. So if you have already registered your protocol there, then you can give the details over here. But it is not applicable for our case. We are just registering it in Prospero. And I covered everything. Keywords, suppose, say my title has prevalence of oral manifestation in Mpox, because this is the latest word. but someone may instead want search it by monkeypox because this is the more common name. So I will add it in the keyword so that it is not just mpox. Even if someone searches monkeypox, this protocol is visible. So I can sort of add synonyms or other things. Like in normal articles, we add keywords. You can add keywords here. Instead of oral, I can say, if someone searches with oropharyngeal, I'll just keep it here. Oropharyngeal manifestations. This is not the important part. So yeah, after this, you have to save. And once saved, you can submit it. So if you have any doubts, you can ask now.
Hello, thank you, sir, for all the details, step by step approach to go Prospero. Sir, my study question or review question is prevalence of small for age, gestational age, birth rate of newborns among COVID positive mothers. So actually, I got little bit confused. Can you tell who are the comparators? Who are the what is the exposure? What is the outcome?
Sir, is this your review question?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So here, okay. Here the population will be COVID positive mothers. No, the population will be babies born to COVID positive mothers. Because we are studying the condition in babies, so we'll include the babies over here. The reason is that if a mother has twins, so we have to include both of them in the denominator. One twin may be SGA, one twin may be normal. I know it's not commonly seen, but it can be that one twin is healthy and one is SGA. So therefore, to avoid confusion, we will write babies born to COVID positive mothers as the population.
Population. Okay. Next.
Now here the exposure. The exposure is actually COVID. So you can instead change it to newborn babies who and the exposure was maternal COVID-19 infection. This is the exposure. Now about comparator. So in this case, we are just measuring the prevalence in babies of COVID positive mothers. We are not comparing them with COVID negative mothers. It is just a descriptive study. So we will say not applicable. And when it comes to outcome, the outcome is small for gestational age. So all newborn babies who had an exposure ki their mother was COVID-19 positive, amongst them, how many are small for gestational age? Some people say picota. So if you want to add the analysis part, something you can say prevalence. We are measuring the prevalence. Is it clear, Dr. Amrish?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Can I repeat once again? Population will be babies born out of COVID positive mother.
Sir, can you see my screen? Actually, the population is just newborn babies, and maternal COVID-19 infection is the exposure. I updated this.
Sir, can I ask a question? I have two.
Dr. Amrish, is it clear? I will just complete his doubt once.
Just a second, sir. I am not able to see what you are typing there. I think some network issue or something there. So can you say once again, population is all newborn babies?
Population is all newborn babies, and the exposure is maternal COVID-19 infection.
Oh, okay. Comparator is not applicable.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And outcome is SGA.
Okay, only SJ or we need to extend it or like SJ baby is gone out of here, something like that, or only SJ.
Yes, sir. You wanted to write SGA babies. You can write this, but it's not a research question. It's an outcome. So newborn babies has already been specified in the population. So there's no need to repeat it. You can just write
Okay.
SGA.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yes, someone else was asking something.
Sir, I have two queries.
Yes.
So one is regarding like if you have given a 2 months completion date from the date of our study, and suppose due to some reason we are not able to finish within that time and we have like abandoned the study, and at a later time, can we restart the study if we want to do?
Yes, that's a good question. So we can definitely restart. If you see, I will show you what I had written in our search strategy. Yeah, we will. I have said that we will assess all articles published till 31st December, and we will repeat the search before submitting the manuscript to include newer articles. So say you abandoned it in February and you again picked it up in June. So now if you are restarting in June, including only studies till December may not be a very practical decision. So then you
We'll
can
have to do
repeat a search. And when you are writing the article in the manuscript, you can say ki, initially we included studies till 31st December, then we repeated the search to include all studies till 30th June or whatever date.
But you said that we won't be able to like amend the manuscript.
Coming back to this,
Amend the
you won't be
protocol.
able to. The protocol can't be amended. So if your PICO and your data analysis, data extraction, those things are same, then no need to amend the protocol.
Okay, only the search we can do again, and we can mention that in our manuscript when we submit.
Yes, exactly, and that is why I say we can be a bit conservative with this thing.
Okay. My second query is with regard to prospective meta-analysis. So what I understood that when we say prospective meta-analysis, we like sort of include those studies before the study is being started. Like for multicentric studies, like there was something on oxygen target in neonates, oxygen saturation targets in neonates. So multicentric study, before even starting the study, it was pledged that these studies will be included in a future prospective meta-analysis. So is it the actual meaning of prospective meta-analysis, or is it what we have registered and then we are going to do a meta-analysis?
Okay, so I'm not sure about this. We can check. I guess that what you are saying makes more sense, so we should not include this.
Okay.
I will check this and let you know in the group, or you can also check and update in the group.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, please show the point number 26 once again, data extraction.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can you just scroll down after data extraction because my connection was lost in the middle, so that I can just.
Yeah, I will just send it in the group. These things. Extraction.
Please repeat the
Hello.
search.
Please send the risk of bias also, the material to be written in the risk of bias and strategy for data synthesis. Hello.
Yes, sir, 27
Yes, sir.
point.
Again. The 27. 27 risk of bias. Okay.
Even 29th analysis of subgroups, we are not clear with that.
Oh, sir, wait a minute.
Sir, just clear that only. 29.
Yeah, I'm coming.
So is
PDF. Give me 1 minute.
Since the portal will be closed from tomorrow, so should we submit it today only?
Yes. I mean, the date is 23rd December till 3rd January. It will be closed. Now it depends upon you. I have sent the the PDF over here. You can check the fields from here. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
Can we see the search?
So can you text the matter for 27, 28, and
Please clear
29?
the point
Yes.
number 29, sir, please.
Okay, I'm coming to point number 29.
Just want to
As for
understand, like,
as for
yes,
those
is
who
it
are
feasible
asking
to
if
administrative?
yeah, I'm saying as for those who want the text, you can check the PDF. I've sent the PDF in the group. You can check the PDF. The points are given here. Now someone is asking about 29, so we'll check 29. What is there?
Can you share the thing in the mentor group also?
Okay, sir. I'm sharing it now. Otherwise, I will forget later.
Thank you, sir.
Forward. Point number 29. कोई बोल रहा था. Yes, someone was asking about 29. Can you tell your doubt? What this means is that suppose I'm calculating the prevalence of oral. I'll just write the research question here. In all patients
Just
of monkeypox.
I need to understand this point, sir. No?
Yeah, about the subgroup analysis, right? Yeah, so our research question was that among all monkeypox virus patients,
The voice
how
is
many-
breaking, sir. Sir, voice is breaking.
Okay, I will remove my. I'll just put the charge. Is it better now, or is it still breaking?
Sir, it's fine.
It's better.
Okay. So among all patients of monkeypox virus, how many of them have oral manifestations? This was our question. Now, in subgroup analysis, I'm splitting it into.
No, sir, not audible, sir.
Okay, I will disconnect my earphones and see if the laptop mic is better.
Sir, you're clearly audible. Maybe it's problem from the other side.
Okay. So this research question, if I was answering it separately in male monkeypox patients and female monkeypox patients, our primary outcome is this. And we are then further subdividing that based upon the sex. What is the answer in male patients? What is the answer in female patients? So this is a type of subgroup analysis. We are doing a subgroup analysis based upon the sex of the individuals. We could have done it for say if I did something like this, that I calculated I found 11 studies that report on the prevalence of oral manifestation in monkeypox patients. Out of these 11 studies, 4 studies were on pediatric patients, 4 were on adult patients, and 3 were on geriatric patients. So I would get one outcome, which is the total, which is a total pool prevalence. Now, in subgroup, we would get the prevalence in patients with pediatric monkeypox, patients, adult patients with monkeypox, geriatric patients with monkeypox. We will even give separate prevalence for them. So this is an example of subgroup analysis based upon the age of the individuals. So what are the variables on the basis of which you are going to do subgroup analysis will depend upon your research question. Is
These
it clear?
numbers we cannot give right now, right? Because we have not completed. It's just an
yes,
example
definitely.
you're
I'm just
showing.
yeah. We will not even specify these things. We will just say on the basis of sex and age. If you want, you can say how you are going to define age cutoffs because sex is a clear thing, but age is a vague thing. So you can say ki the subgroups will be less than 18-year-old, 18 to geriatric. I guess nowadays they define as 65 years old, 65 years old, and more than 65 years old. You can define the subgroups, or what I've seen is that even if we leave, it's better to define, but even if we leave it at this, I didn't face any problem. Like even we had a study published in the Lancet Group Journal. So there I did not, even if we do not specify in so much details, it doesn't cause a problem. But it is always better. The more details that you give, it's better.
Sir, I just want to ask, like, if I'm doing, my review question is that in COVID-19 patients, that will be of all ages, and male and female is not mentioned in the papers, then what will I write? That no subgroup analysis will be done, planned.
No, the things that we do not know now whether sex is included in the studies or not. Now we have just done a preliminary literature search and they've seen some articles. So we will write this statement. Suppose in the
Okay,
preliminary
according to
articles
that.
that you-
Okay, sir. Okay,
yeah.
thank you so much, sir. So nice.
And later, even if studies have not reported, in the manuscript we will write ki subgroup analysis could not be done based upon sex because, and you can say that thing. We can write it in our manuscript.
We write vague point like socio-demographic profile because the place of where they're living, like this, educational status.
It's always better to be more specific.
Okay.
But
we do not know what
do write.
subgroup
People
will come
do write.
under.
For example, I will give you one example. People, it is written like it is not wrong. It's something. It's maybe done based upon demographic, geographical, and clinical characteristics. This is a vague statement. It is not wrong. It can be written, but it's always preferable to be more specific. But then again, it's like in many research questions, we don't know what variables the studies will report on, and there may be many variables. So you can write something like this.
For example, if my study includes only women, so I have to make only based on age subsets.
Yeah, and this can be based on many other things. This subgroup analysis, for example, I talked about semaglutide versus placebo in reducing. I'll write it here for clarity if you don't remember. If this is my research question, in this, I can do a subgroup analysis based upon, I mean, okay, it may not make sense, but I'm just for the sake of explanation, I'm saying, based upon whether the patient has type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes, I can do a subgroup analysis. Something more sensible would be ki I will do a subgroup analysis based upon baseline HbA1c of patient. Like we know ki patients who have HbA1c more than 9, the response in them is different to the patients who have, say, a HbA1c within 6.5 to 9. So I can see based upon their baseline HbA1c, I will do a subgroup analysis of the response. So this, the subgroups depends upon your specific research question. And that is why you can take the inputs of your mentor, because they are an expert in the research field, so they know which are the subgroups that we should explore. Or else we always have a vague statement option like this. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, actually, I have to leave my mother
Sir,
to
question,
railway
point
station.
number 19. Sir, point number 19, participants population. So I want to
ഏത്
ask,
മാമി
like,
ഇത് മാമിയോടതാ
mention the inclusion criteria. The exclusion, is it mandatory to also mention the exclusion criteria in that in participant?
Actually, you can include this. The thing is that in our case, we were including all patients with monkeypox virus infection. That is why I did not mention. Suppose if my research question was, okay, I will write this. Suppose my research question was prevalence of oral lesions in male mpox patients. If this was my research question, then in this field I would have written inclusion criterion so I would have written that the inclusion criteria is male monkeypox patients and exclusion is female. I could have specified it like this. But in this specific case, we were taking all monkeypox virus patients. That is why I did not specify exclusion, because there was, or even in this case, I could have said that all monkeypox virus patients is our population, and exclusion criteria is patients who are negative for mpox virus. I can state this. Actually, the thing is that many exclusion criteria are self-understood in the inclusion criteria. That is why we do not list them always. But if there are some non-obvious exclusion criteria, you can mention them here.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Does anyone have any doubt?
Sir, I want to ask,
Sir,
do we have to submit our protocol or registration by today only, or we can wait till Jan so that we can clear out some things and we can be more can have more knowledge, or other things will be filled, or do we have to today only? Is it a deadline today?
I guess you can ask Parisar about this. It's better. I guess he's out of station, so he may not, and he has some network issue in Andaman. So that is why I guess he's not with us
Dr.
now.
Akib, Dr.
Yes,
Akib,
okay.
I am here.
Yes.
So it is everybody. If you want to publish your meta-analysis, so I will suggest you complete all those things in the form, keep it ready, handy, and start working on your manuscript, start data extraction, do some, once I provide you the analysis, then you submit to the Prospero. Otherwise, if you submit, if you're, for example, if somebody's, there are now 75 people. I think out of these 75 people, some protocol could be unique and can be a candidate at a good journal. So once you submit now and you not able to complete your study, somebody can publish it. So better you fill all those things. Do not submit until I provide you the analysis part. You know, I think hope everybody will know what is this, because the method part, how you extract the data, what database you source, and what are your source strategy. So these are the key things. It should not be made public, or it should not be duplicate. It should not match with any other's protocol. If say 80% is matching, they may register, cancel your registration. So this should be okay on your own language. For example, whatever Dr. Akib wrote and posted in the WhatsApp group, if you directly copy paste, then it can be a plagiarism. So am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just fill this all those points till say how many points? I think 25, up to 25. So you fill all those things, keep it ready, start data action, and let us do the analysis. Once your analysis is done, then you can submit to Prospero. That Prospero will take 10 days, and in that 10 days you can produce your draft manuscript. Okay, so don't be hurried to submit what subgroup analysis, whatever. So everything will be clarified at the analysis phase or the data. Once the data you have extracted, it will be clarified.
If you have any doubts, you can write in the WhatsApp group. Actually, I'm available. It's just that I have to leave my mother to the railway station, so I have to leave now. If you have any doubts, you can post in the group. I will answer them tomorrow or later.
Could you kindly share on the boxing later on, like you said?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Please post your doubts in the group. I will answer them tomorrow or as soon as, like when I get time.
So we want the details of our win, sir, because we have to enter the details.
Details of our?
Sir, Arvind, sir, because he is my, 5 member, one of the member.
So he must be in your WhatsApp group, right? Haven't you added him?
Yeah, I have added. So I'll ask in my WhatsApp group. Okay, sir.
You can ask him in the WhatsApp group. He will check it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the WhatsApp group. I will be checking the group.
Okay, thank you everyone. Let us close this meeting, and I appreciate the Department of Telemedicine today extend the time beyond 9:30. And Mr. Pankaj is there still watching this session. So thank you everyone, and thank you the Department of Telemedicine for providing this service. Thank you, Dr. Akib, for your time.
Hello.
Welcome, sir. And if you have any doubt, please message in the group. We are active in the group. Dr. Akshay, I have seen your message. No, Dr. Ankit, yet. I will clear it.
Sir, okay, we had that.
The modify. Okay, I will show
related.
you. Is my screen still visible? I guess it is.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. In Prospero, you can just go here to My Prospero. Here you can see records I am working on, and here we can change these fields. And you have done that. The issue, I guess, was with mini review part, right? So I am not exactly sure about a mini review. I feel like you can copy paste and make a new review. It will be safer because I can't find the option to change a mini review into a full review. That page is not coming. So it's safer. You can start a new review and just copy paste the fields from here to there.